Hey, thanks a lot, Miss Kelly. And I tell you what, I was enjoying her little musical interlude that she was doing in the background. No, actually, we couldn't even hear it at all, Kelly. Perfectly fine. We didn't hear anything. And I tell you what, I appreciate you being on the calls and the leadership that you spread, and everybody else, and Donna. I mean, you guys are doing just an awesome job. In fact, Donna from Team Northside, are you still on the line with us? She might be muted, but doing an awesome job, guys. Okay, let's get our training today. And again, I want to welcome everybody, guys. This is a basic training. We have a ton of people that are coming in. And I want to say, and Carla made a good, Ms. Kelly made a good point there, guys. You know, you're already in a business. If you're already in a business, you need to be, really familiar with what you can do, because when you teach your organization to duplicate what you're doing, it only duplicates the income. Now, while each training session we can't go over everything, want to go over the basics, and then we're going to go each week where we'll go a little bit deeper into other subjects, and then but we always want to have just kind of like a basic, and then go into some deeper things on certain things that everybody needs to know. So today we're just going to start off by giving some folks the updates on what's going on, and it all begins, ladies and gentlemen, with the mind frame that you have towards TelexFree. Remember, it is not an investment, folks. It is a company that is willing to pay us for the work that we do. There's something behind the reason that most people just don't understand, because I get this question all the time. Well, how many customers does the company have? And one guy told me he wanted to see the financial statements of the money coming in from the customers, and they wanted to see all the financial statements of the company, and they wanted to. Guys, listen, if it were my company, I wouldn't give it to you. The bottom line is they're giving us an opportunity to work for them, not to be run by them. And that's the real key here, guys. Understand, obviously their financial statements be in order for them to be able to buy another company. So basically it just stands to reason that not only is this making a lot of money, but there are a lot of other companies that are now trying to advertise on our site, willing to pay the company hundreds of thousands of dollars to do so. So you just have to have the right mind perspective of where this is going. There's a reason why we all have to go to our back offices every single day and place the ads. Is simply because, ladies and gentlemen, we could have just been placing ads on an additional site and never have to log into your back office to do it. But that wouldn't accomplish the goal of what the company wants. That's why there's a verification link that it has to communicate with. That's the reason why you have to go in your back office and make sure it's verified. It's driving traffic. It's all about traffic, ladies and gentlemen. And unless you understand, unless you study this, you have no clue of how much money is being generated. When you look at Facebook and the amount of people that have registered on Facebook, over 1 billion users, but not 1 billion people go to Facebook every day. But the amount of traffic, because they have 1 billion users, you may have 3 or 4 million on there at any given time period. And so therefore the amount of traffic that's being drawn to that site, it makes it a valuable piece of internet real estate. And unless you understand the power of internet real estate, you can't catch the scope of this business. That's the reason why this company, their value, their net worth, is worth far more now than what it was when they started the company. And Carlos made a very good point, the director of marketing in Brazil. Even the company that they purchased, just because TelexFree purchased that company, it caused their Alexa ranking to jump right through the roof. It's a reason for this, guys, and unless you fully understand the importance of financial real estate, meaning, internet real estate, you have no clue of the amount of money that they can generate for a particular company at any given time. And that's the reason why this company is an advertising and technology company. So with that being said, when you wrap your mind around why you're here, why we're helping the company, why we're building, and why we're advertising every single day, you'll understand how solid things are, and you'll understand what you have a hold of. So let me start off by saying I'm not the company. I'm not a representative of the company. I don't get paid a check by the company. I am just a promoter, just like you guys. I paid my money to become a promoter. I got my contracts, and I'm out doing exactly what I have to do. I do the exact same things everybody on this line do. I place my ads every day. So, the key here is that the company has put together a model that flat out not only works for the company, but it works for everyone else. And that's the power of this. So what I want to do is you have to understand some new things have come about that weren't even there, guys, a few days ago. And one of the new things that I'm going to show you guys today is that when you go to your actual site, and it doesn't matter what your website is, when you have someone go to your URL, always make sure that they see that the site is by your name, whatever your username is. So if your username is Make Money, if they go to the site and they see TelexFree or they see anything else, have them retype it in again. In fact, even if you want to be more specific about it, a person can have a long URL, which is, again, TelexFree.com / and it's add / and then your username. When you do that, amazingly, watch what happens, how the username should change on the site, because it's more of a direct link. So if you're giving out your link and you want to make sure that they're on your site, that first time that it comes up, have them make sure they type in TelexFree.com / add / and then your username. And then check with them when it says, okay, this is my site. When you click on the word registration, when they're joining the business, you have them click on the word registration. Now, you'll notice on the registration form, it always asks the first question, am I already a promoter? Well, no, they're not a promoter. They're signing up for new. Even if they were already in a business and they were purchasing additional contracts, for this position, it's always left no. You never have them change that. Because if it's a new position, if they're not just upgrading is one thing. You do your upgrades from the back office, you never have a problem. But when you are signing up, ladies and gentlemen, into the business, here's what I want you to help and appreciate. When you're signing up into the business, and every time you're getting a new contract, that always has to be left no. You're getting another, it's like a new entity that the computer is reading. Now, it's very important. A lot of people miss this step here, the Ad Central family. Always, if you're going to upgrade to either Ad Central, that box has to be clicked, the other Ad Central family. One guy called me up. He says, I can't get this $50 partner thing to unclick. Well, guess what? It doesn't unclick because everyone joining the business has to pay the extra $50, plus either if they're upgrading to an Ad Central, it's an additional $289. If they're upgrading to an Ad Central family, it's $13.75. Now, here's the key. You need to explain to people what is the Ad Central family. What it actually is, it's really like 5 Ad Central contracts. So if you opt to just say, okay, I'm going to get an Ad Central today, and tomorrow I'll purchase 4 additional, so I'll have my total of 5, which equals an Ad Central family, it's going to cost you approximately an additional $70. See, an Ad Central family is really 5 $289. So if you take the calculator and you multiply 289 times 5, and then you add the $50 on top of that, you'll come up with a much larger figure. I think it's $14.90 or something. However, if at the time you sign it up, you say, you know what, I know I want to do an Ad Central family, and therefore you pick on that box, it's actually going to save you $70 because now the cost is only $13.75 plus the $50 for a total of $14.25. Then, of course, when you're creating your login or username, I still have people doing this, guys. They're forgetting to tell people that if they type in a username, to check underneath, so let's say your username is Make Money, that you want, and then you hit the tab button, you go to the next line. If you see anything in red that pops up there, that means it's taken. You have to change that username to something that no one else has. So let's say you had Make Money 101, and now you put that in. Now you got a green, okay, Make Money 101. That's available for you to use. Here's something new that's on the site. You would always create your password. And remember, your passwords are case sensitive. Your username needs to always be in lowercase. Passwords are case sensitive. So if you use a capital L and then the lowercase, whatever, when you go to log in your site, you're going to have to, under the username, all lowercase, but your password, you're going to have to enter it in exactly as you did it. So I tell everybody, guys, make it easy for yourself. Keep everything in lowercase. That way you'll never have a problem. Your password and your username. Something brand new on the site today, and is the secondary password. It's been up there, I think, for a couple of days now. We've got a lot of people who join the company, and when you join the company and you try to move money around, the only way you're able to move money around or to even make your withdrawals, you have to have a secondary password. Well, a lot of guys coming in here with Hotmail accounts or certain different emails were blocking the responses coming back from TelexFree. So it was creating a problem for a lot of people because they would come into the company with one email address, and then when they tried to request their secondary password, it would either get blocked by their email address or it wouldn't go through because they may have mistyped something in their email address. So it was causing frustration for people who couldn't get to their couldn't get a secondary password because that's the only way they could see their statement. That's the only way they could withdraw money. And so, you know everybody, the negativity can run high. Oh, they're not trying to pay me. They're trying to keep my money. So because of this, the company says, look, you're going to create your main password. That's why it says up here password. You're going to confirm it, and then you're going to create your own secondary password. I highly recommend that both passwords are different. Never make your main password to get into your site, and then your secondary password to move your money around should always be different. Why? Because if one day you're in, let's say you're, I don't know, in Starbucks, and you're going into your site and you don't know if somebody's looking over your shoulder and they watch you put your main password and now you're in your site. If that's the same password as your secondary password, they've got your income. Because now they can go in, they can start moving money around, withdrawing it out, sending it to a different bank account, whatever the case may be. So always make sure that your secondary password is different from your primary password. Write them down somewhere. I can't say how many people have got so excited about getting to the business, and they make up a password that they can't even remember what it was. And they didn't write it down because they've got 30 or 40 different passwords, and so they get confused or they get frustrated when they can't get into their accounts. Everything else is self-explanatory. Guys, all numbers, no dashes, no spaces. When you're filling in socials, tax ID numbers, different things of that nature. And then all the way down at the bottom, even though these appear to be uppercase letters, guys, they're actually lowercase. When you go to do this form, I tell everybody make everything lowercase here. Hit your sign in. You got to click on I've accepted this. Very important in application. And then once you finish that, you go to the next page. You scroll down, you'll see ProPay there. It allows you to make your payment. And so you want to make sure that you understand that. You click on the words ProPay, you go all the way through, put your credit card information in. And then once again, for the United States, it is in Portuguese in that area, so it begins with the ESTA. So ESTA, and then if you look all the way at the end of the sentence, it's da America, like with a question mark inside of it. So that's just simple stuff we want to go over. Brand new on the application. They didn't have that before. They have that now. When you sign up in the business, this is very important, guys. I want you guys to understand this. When you sign up in the business, it is extremely important that you guys recognize that this is your business. You want to operate it as your business. It's important that you write down all the pertinent information that you need. One thing that people always make a mistake on when they come into the business, especially if they join with credit cards, they're not sending in their documentation right away. Now, we know there's been some issues with people trying to upload their docs. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the best system that works through is Internet Explorer. But please write this down and pass this along to everyone you sign up. When they go in their back office and they see the notice to download their docs and they download that form and they print it out correctly, they're going to fill it in with their username, which is their login name. They're going to fill their invoice number in there. They're going to say whether they purchase an Ad Central or an Ad Central family. But when you scan that document back into your computer, the document has to be, and please write this down, in a PDF file. Has to be in a PDF file. Now, I know some people will argue with me on that because they've sent documents in a JPEG form or some other form and it went through. You were fortunate that it went through. The company wants everyone to send it in a PDF file. I can't tell you how many people have had their documents kicked back to them. You know, they put it in, they got the green check mark, they clicked on the green check mark, they submitted it, and then 3 hours later it pops back because one of them, either the driver's license or the actual form, your document form, was not in a PDF format. The problem that I've noticed is that your driver's license, let's say it wasn't in a PDF format and it was in a JPEG, and that's what's really kicking the system out, it'll let you look in your back office and you'll only have one browse button. It looks like they're accepting the driver's license, but in reality they're not. We let management know about that. They're letting their programmers, and so they're trying to get it a design where if it rejects one of your documents, it's going to reject both of them. So you'll have to end up reloading both of them correctly. So that's a big area we want to tell you about, guys. I'm trying to get you the key things that if you upload your documents the proper way, you upload them in a PDF format. That's very important that you guys do that. When you upload your documents in a PDF format, and make sure you upload in Internet Explorer, then that way, 9 times out of 10, those documents are going to go through no problem. You will not get paid on anyone. I've had people say, I sponsored someone, I enrolled someone, they came in as an Ad Central family, and I didn't get paid yet. Has that person sent their documents yet? Yeah, no, they haven't got around to it. In order for you to receive your commissions, you have to make sure that person uploads their document. So that's very, very key. What I want to do is touch bases here real quick. I'm going to see online with me right now, guys, because I don't want to miss anything, because these are some vital steps that everybody needs to follow, because there's a lot I'm getting ready to cover very quickly. But I wanted to cover the basics there. And I want to check here real quick, Miss Darcy. I don't know if you have background noise or not. But on that one section, Miss Darcy, there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Anything else that we need to on the enrollment or filling into the docs that folks need to know right now?
Until they put, the business information and the other the name, just make sure if you're going to eventually have it as your business name, put your business name in there, because it's harder to get it switched later, because it needs to match your checking account. So when you're ready to put your bank data in later, whatever bank you're going to pull your money out to do your withdrawal needs to match the name you sign up with. And please do not use somebody else's credit card to sign up. Now, we've been having that lately where people will use somebody else's credit card. Make sure your credit card matches that person, because sometimes it still will go through, but then you have trouble when you have to upload your documents, because now they don't match. The credit card does not match the promoter. So then we have to go through all kind of hoops to get you approved. So always make sure the credit card must match the person who's signing up. If they don't have a credit card, the best way to do it is have them go to Walmart or one of those companies and get a prepaid card.
Perfect.
So pretty much I think that's it, Randy, and I mean you pretty much covered it on the sign up. I'm glad they have the secondary password there now, though.
But do you know how much easier that's going to make things?
For me.
All of us. It's unreal. And guys, you have to understand, there's a lot of things, and Darcy will tell you this, that we have now that we didn't have before.
No, it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, it's making a whole lot. And but you know what? The fact that this company has now purchased another company, that they now have additional products like the weight loss, and they're coming in with the different pieces on the raise your credit score and the debt, consolidation. This is letting people know how solid this company is and how real it is. See, when I first got in and when Darcy first got in, it was a lot of speculation because we didn't know what this company was. I mean, 95% of the website was in Portuguese, so we didn't know, but now we do. Right,
We didn't know we didn't know what we were signing up for. You trusted Mr. G and Santiago. I trusted Pastor D, and look at us now. And sometimes in life you got to step out on faith and say, hey, I know these people wouldn't lead me wrong. They seem to, and the things that we have now, we say that on the calls we do in the morning. You're right. Everything was in Portuguese. And every day, just like what you just showed, the new secondary password, the new self-ticket system in the back. Now Steve has a couple of assistants, so even those of us who are leaders, if you do have an issue that is not being taken care of by the support system, because the ticket system still is slow, and you need that corrected right away, with Steve's assistant now, I'm able to get things done in 15, 20 minutes, an hour. It's like, oh my goodness. So every single day they're improving customer service. Sometimes it may not be as fast as we would like, but they are improving it, and that's a company that I choose to work with.
Absolutely, and that's so important, and that's the key, that everybody needs to recognize that things are not only moving forward, putting in additional systems, and and Darcy, I want to address something for a lot of people. The other day when the system went down at night, and I was very proud of a lot of you guys because you're veterans now, a lot of you in the system, and at first, whenever we were to go to the site and the site went down, people would panic. We didn't understand it. Some people were thinking, oh my God, the site's gone. Oh my God, the opportunity, I'm not going to make any more money. And that's how it was in the beginning. But because we've been through so many of, and we know that they're updating the site, when it goes down now, I didn't have anybody panicking like they used to. The only thing that I had that came in the other night, which I believe, what night was that, Darcy, that the system went down for 3 hours? We couldn't get to the website.
Yeah, was it this past few days ago?
It was a few days ago, but the only text messages and emails that I got from anyone, guys, were, hey, I didn't get a chance to place my ad. And normally, guys, I'm going to tell you this, there's a rule. You could just take this to the bank. Darcy's going to tell you about the rule. Whenever it goes down for maintenance and people can't place their ads, there's a certain amount of hours that if it's down for, something happens automatically. Darcy, can you explain that?
Yes, 3 hours. If their site is down for 3 hours, because I've had people try to say, well, it was down, because 3 hours out of 24 hours, basically, a period of time. If it's down, you're going to automatically get credit. What I tell people in my downline, if you go in the morning and you try to place your ad, or if you're in the evening, you try to place your ad, you wake up in the morning and you're still having the same issue, pretty much sure they're going to give you the credit. But, during the day, check it periodically, maybe 3 times. But if you see that it's up and down like it was the other day, I already knew, because it was crazy. Sometimes you can log in, sometimes you can't. Some people got their ads done. But if it's I call it the hot mess, where you could log in and it logs you out instantly and it keeps having those kind of problems, the company, we let Steve know or let the corporate office know, they will give you credit. But the rule is 3 hours. If it's down for 3 hours and having problems all throughout the day for 3 hours, they will give you credit.
Perfect. The other issue, guys, not to switch gears, but I want to talk a little bit about customers now. When somebody, in order for you to earn the additional income, you don't have to have a customer to earn income from placing your ads. You don't. So everybody wants you to understand that. If you come into the business, all you want to do is place ads and get contracts, you have to have an active customer. But if you're building the binary, or if you want to get paid the additional levels of the residual income, all of the different 40 cents, you have to have an active customer each month. So you want to be careful on this. To get a customer, guys, you go to your site, whatever your site is, and you want to. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. Hold on, Darcy, I'm going to mute you up 1 second. because I'm getting feedback through there. You have to click on the word customer, but don't go anywhere, Darcy, because I'm going to call you in a second. You go to your site. Anyone going to your site, make sure they see site by whatever your name is, and they click on the word customer. Now, when they click on customer, now they're going to go ahead and create their login, their password. Exact same thing that you did before, guys. Very, very important. Go down there. It's a much shorter form. And now what you want to do there is click on where it says sign in. And so therefore it creates the customer account. Then they could go pay for it with their credit card, or if it's your account, you could pay for it with your back office funds. But to get into your client account, your customer account, you can't go through the promoter side. You have to go through the client side. So when you log into the way to log into your client side, let's just say you just created a customer account. Up here, you have to click on the word where it says client. Once you've clicked on client, now you put in that client or customer's name. So let me give you an example. We'll just do one here that I know of for sure. And we're going to go ahead and log in here very quickly. Now, once you log in, you should see number of origin, and you can click up here where it says invoice. So on your invoice, when you click on the invoice, it now will show you that if there's an outstanding invoice under the status, it's going to read a different name for you to go, and I believe it's Pagar or something. You can click on that, and it will take you to the payment page. But this is the different invoice numbers that you have. See, every month that you renew this particular customer, it gives them a different ID number. You'll notice that this one was in the 2 million range. Then this one, when it renewed, was in what? The 5 million range. This one, when it renewed, right here, this one was, let's see, this was 163. Let's see, am I missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was in the million range here on this one. So the different dates. This is 12/1. This one right here was 3/13. This was 2/11 because the month is already in the middle. But you'll notice that every time, look what's happening with the amount that's jumping up. On 5/16, when this one renewed, guys, look at that. That's in the 10 million range of ID numbers generated in the company. So all I'm saying to you is if you understand the power of this, in February, it was in the 2 million range. In March, it was in the 5 million range. In May, it's jumped to the 10 million range. So all I'm saying is every ID number coming into the company, I think today it's in the 15 million range. I believe it was today. We paid some invoices. I'll go take a look. But it's incredible the amount of different invoices that have been created in this company. So this is where you can do it. On your number, guys, when you go, once it's paid for, you can insert your number by putting the 1, the area code, the phone number, incomplete, no dashes, no spaces, and hit the word save. It will not allow you to change this more than twice. If you do, you're going to have issues. Now, we do know some people that got the service, they paid for it, and they went in the back, they put their phone number in, hit save, and nothing happened. After they clicked off of it, the number disappeared. If that is the case, you're going to have to send in a support ticket or go through your upline, and the company will put that in manually for you. Darcy, did I miss anything on that section at all?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Randy, this is Donna. May I ask a question?
Go ahead, Donna.
Yes. Now, regarding, we all realize that it's extremely important that we always have at least one customer if we're taking advantage of the unilevel and binary commissions. When does the customer expire? Like if they signed up on January 12th, does it expire on February 12th or does it expire on the 11th?
Well, normally the company's going to send you an invoice, or they'll send you an email. So when you get your email, and that email is telling you when it expires, I think it's days from the date, and correct me if I'm wrong, I always pay mine early. Whenever I see it back there, guys, I just get and pay it. I don't know if it's 30 days to run the risk of it not being paid.
I think it's not 31 days. I know it's 30 days. So I tell people do 29 days to be safe.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because I know it's not 31, it's not calendar, because I missed it I went by the payday. I lost commissions because of that when we first started. So
And can you address that real quick for the folks of why you lost commissions because of not having?
I was so busy, and that first 30 days went by so fast. I tell people, put it on a calendar. If you have one of these smartphones, put it on your smartphone like an alarm when you do your customer, or you're going to have to search your statement. You will get an email, like I got one from the company today. It's in Portuguese, and a lot of times people will forward that to me. You won't know what it means unless you take it through Google Translator. It's letting you know that the customer's time to repay their bill. But if you're doing a new customer, not an original customer, you need to definitely put a little thing in your phone or on your calendar on your wall, that you need to buy that customer. So if I bought my customer today, which is the 7th, I would probably put a note to myself to buy a customer by 7/5 of next month.
Perfect.
Hey, Darcy, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yes.
When you go down to if you don't have a credit card and you go down, like you said, to Walmart and you get a credit card there, the signature doesn't match the same as your driver's license. Will it still work?
It's not. There's no credit. There's no signature on a credit card anyway. So the signature needs to match your driver's license and the document, the downloadable document. There's no signature on the credit card. You don't take a picture of the back of the credit card. You don't take a picture of the credit card. We're talking about driver's license.
How many cards can we use?
You can only use one. I've heard we probably need to get clarification, because I know that Santiago says they've been having really good luck with the ones from Western Union. They can put a larger amount on American Express.
Can you get one credit card for $14.25, or can we use 3 smaller ones?
Yes. But you can only load so much on it per day. But check with Western Union and hold on one second. And check with Western Union and American Express. I have a lady who's done 2 with American Express. Cards are the best ones.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. So go online and find out where you can get the American Express, credit card, and that would help. But yeah, the signatures that we're talking about are the signatures for the document download, and your driver's license needs to match.
One other
Randy, can
question.
you mute me for a second, because I got Steve on the line. I need to take this call.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Randy, one other question. If, like, when my customer was due, 3 nights in a row, I went in and put that customer in. I couldn't get it in because the website was down, and I lost a bunch of money because I didn't get paid for the commissions.
The website wasn't down for 3 days, sir. It may have been at the time period that you went in.
No, 3 nights in the evening, it was down for a while. When I had time to go in there and do it, I couldn't get in.
Right. So here's what I'm going to tell everybody, and I've always said this from day one. When you guys go to place your ads, always do them in the morning. Never wait until the end of the day for the company to have a glitch, or maybe your internet goes out or something else happens, because then it's going to cost you money. You get it?
Yeah, they don't tell you when it's going down. They don't tell you it's going to be down during this period, so it's just kind of a guesswork.
Yep, we understand that, but that's why we tell everybody be proactive. If you do it early in the day, you never have a problem.
Randy?
So go ahead.
Also, Randy is correct. This is Carla Wiley in Atlanta. Also, posting ads in the morning. If you're a morning person, definitely post your ads in the morning. But if you're a late bird, place your ads after midnight, and then you have all day. You don't have to worry about all the glitches or anything going on with the site, because you're already in. I post mine every night after 12 because I'm up, and I haven't had a problem as of yet. As a matter of fact, we've been in the business since December, and we haven't had a problem because we always post ours at midnight because we're up. But if you're a morning person, if you get up and post your ads first thing in the morning, you won't have that problem either because you have all day to go. Secondly, as far as the Western Union card, I done had my Western Union card over probably 7 years, and they renew it every year. All you do is go online and order it. It will be at your door within 3 to 5 business days. So you definitely want the Western Union card. It's only $3.95. No matter how much you load on there, it's still $3.95.
That's not going to show up till next week.
But that's not asked about it. For the random note.
Have we still got one more week to get the ads posted for us for last Friday when he said he would post them for us?
Yeah,
They haven't been.
the company, if whatever the company says that they're going to do, guys, they'll do that. You don't have to worry about that, okay?
Okay.
The other thing, guys, let's go ahead and get finished on this area because if we don't, it'll never happen. So we got to get moving on here. The other thing, guys, I want you guys to understand as we go through the system, you have to understand, and again, our time right now, guys, we've been overextended. I didn't get a chance to cover everything I wanted, but I wanted to cover a couple key other things. Under passwords, when people say, well, how do I get a password? Okay? People are saying you don't have your secondary password. You just go under your statement, and when you go under statement, guys, very important, under your statement there's a report. When you hit the report, then underneath that report it says don't have secondary password. You click on that word, and then on the next line that'll come up, they'll say change my password. You click on that, and it's going to email you your password. So very, very important that you guys understand that and appreciate that. So I just wanted to cover that. Last thing, guys, again, remember, it is your business. What we're covering today is just basics. We're going to cover a lot more in a few weeks, but I want you to understand.
Randy? Before you go past the password, when you order your when you getting your secondary password, please only apply for it one time. Because every time you apply for it, you're bouncing yourself back down, and you're going to have a problem getting that email. You're not going to know which one is which. So apply one time and let it be.
Absolutely.
Randy, let me just chime in on what caller just said. Whether it's your secondary password or your first one, when you start asking for numerous passwords because you don't think it didn't work, you're going to shut yourself out of the system. Then you're going to have to upload your driver's license and go through a whole verification process that you don't want to do because you're going to lose days. You're going to lose money. And the last thing I want to say to that is just because the site didn't work, it's never really usually your password. You just got to keep trying until you get in. When you start asking for your password, and numerous times, you're creating a problem for yourself.
Okay, so very, very important for that. Hey, guys, I'm afraid I have to cut my end of it short today because we've been on here for 40 minutes now. We want to try to keep it 30 minutes. Next time we're going to go into something a lot more intensive on our training, but I just wanted to cover those are the hot spots, secondary passwords, people not knowing how to get their customers, uploading docs. Those are the main things that we get all the time. So again, everybody, is so important that you guys understand the power of what the company is doing and how we get to literally help other people to appreciate what we have because it's absolutely powerful. Can't answer all of the questions, guys, because I know there's a ton of them. We're going to be doing some more next week. Next week we'll probably plan it for about a 45-minute because right now we're over. We wanted to tell everybody 30 minutes. We're at 45 right now. Next Friday we'll probably plan for an hour. That way we just have more time. We'll answer a few more questions. But everything is exploding again, guys, with the company. A lot of people are not only coming in, but people are sharing this with everybody, and it's absolutely incredible. Hey, I appreciate everybody getting on the call today. Donna, any last thing? Darcy, any last thing? I know Darcy's on the phone with corporate, so any other things that we missed, guys?
Well, this is Randy. This is Donna. Yeah, Carla, I'm sorry. Just so you know, in the placing of the ads, we have one job to do here. It's place our ads. So, you know, that is our only responsibility here, or that is our main responsibility. So like you say, Randy, be proactive. Try it a number of times a day. Realize that we are undergoing different glitches and things like that because we are growing so rapidly. But, you know, to me, those are just the bugs on the windshield. You know, when we're taking a trip, we don't focus on the bugs on the windshield. We focus on the road and where we're going and our destination. So all of this is going to be cleared up. Still, it is our business. We have one gig. It's to place our ads. So just get her done.
Hey, Randy, last night I tried to register some people, and now it asks for a secondary password.
Okay, we just covered that in the beginning of the call. You must have came late.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. That's a new feature, so people can. That's one of the main problems. People are requesting secondary password. They're not getting it. So now on the application, you name what you want your primary password to be, and then you also name your secondary password. That way.
So you know to go back to the statement like you just mentioned a few minutes ago.
Say that again, please.
You just mentioned a couple of minutes ago about going back into your statement and requesting the secondary, so you don't need to do that anymore.
That's for existing people that are already in. New people coming in, you create your main password and you create what you want your secondary password. And my recommendation is never have the same.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
You understand what we're saying there?
Yeah, I do. I understand.
Yeah, and it's just for
understand.
security reasons on that, guys. Because you don't want, the last thing you want is to have your same password in both spots if it's the exact same as your secondary as your primary, and someone happens to look over your shoulder and get your primary and they log into your back office. Now they have the capability of moving your money around and doing other things, and you just don't want that.
Okay. I just wanted to double check, and that was fine. I changed them.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you. But there's a lot of people that are having trouble with their secondary passwords, and again, guys are working on that smoother process, so to cut down a lot of frustration because a lot of the emails and different things of that nature are being blocked when a person requests their secondary password. So again, guys, there's a lot of people saying thank you, and no, guys, we thank you because what's so really key about this, and we're going to be doing a lot more training on this as we move along. But we want everybody to understand some of the key points. I really wanted to get into some more binary training and some other things of that nature, but we're not able to touch on that today because of time. We will do some more of that next week, but I wanted to go over the key points today, which were the new password sections on that application, understanding what it was and how to use it, so that's very, very good. Thank you for asking that question again because that got me an idea to reiterate the importance of the difference between those who already have accounts and don't have their secondary password and new people coming in the door. So thank you for helping me out with that clarification. I appreciate you guys getting on the call. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon, and you guys take care. Monday, guys, big call coming up. A lot of great things that are happening with the company, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys on the Super Weekend or Super Saturday that's coming up in New York. That's this Saturday. Everybody will make sure they're there. Kelly, or let's see if I have anyone that has that address because there's a lot of people who have been asking about it. I'm going to throw that up on the screen for the Super Saturday that is coming up in New York. That's up on your screen right now. There's one coming up in Miami on the 22nd. We'll have that address up starting on Monday for the, not Miami, guys, I'm sorry, Fort Lauderdale, Florida on the 22nd. And then also there are meetings going on all over the place. I know Carla's on the line with us. Carla, you want to tell everybody about your meeting on Friday?